Now, I watched wrestling back in the day, back in the early 90s and the early 2000s, and I used to be a big, huge wrestling fan. It was called WWF back then, but now it's WWE because they had to change their name because of the World something Federation had that name first, and so they sued the WWE to either pay them money or to change it. So WWF went from WWF to WWE, which it now is currently. But back in my day, wrestling was a lot of fun to watch for me. My favorite wrestler is The Rock. Probably still is The Rock. But I also liked Stone Cold Steve Austin, which was one of my other favorites. The Undertaker, Kane, Big Show, Eddie Guerrero. Just all those old time HBK. I even watched a little bit. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I was going to say I even watched a little bit in the 80s, but I actually wasn't born in the 80s. So how the heck would I be able to watch any from the 80s? But of course, those wrestlers from the 80s, like Hulk Hogan, Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. I like DX. I like X-Pac, China. I used to be a big wrestling guy back in the day, but as I got older, I kind of just lost disinterest. It just don't feel like the same versus when I was a kid. And it has a lot to do with the guy you see on screen right here, Triple H. Now, Triple H is also another wrestler I liked. But then I saw this video popped up on my feed, and I was like, well, what is this? And it said the title of this video, as I move my face down, is WWE finally admits Triple H is racist. What? WWE finally admits Triple H is racist. So I don't know if this video is going to claim that this Triple H is racist, but I can just put this out there right now. There ain't no way Triple H is not racist, bro. No way. No, he works with too many black people, too many colored people to be racist. Now that doesn't, just because you work with a lot of the different people of different color, does that make you not racist? No, of course not. But just Triple H being in the wrestling business for a very long time now, something else would have came out prior to this. I think this may be just a hit piece or something like that, because I do not think, well, actually, I know that Triple H is not racist. And not only because he's been working with different colored people, right? But and when I say I mean like black Mexican people, right? Different color of people who aren't white. That's what I mean by that. I don't know why I'm putting it that way, but I am. But yeah, Triple H ain't racist. I don't even know what this video is about, but we're gonna go ahead and roll it. I'm gonna try to see, can they convince me that Triple H is racist, because he's not racist. And I actually like Triple H, but I'll say this: I watched like few shows here and there in this new era of WWE, and it's kind of, as I'm older, I'm starting to realize it's kind of just all the same stuff over and over and over again, with just like different people, but mostly the same people. The same storylines. They don't do anything new. Wrestling nowadays, it's just the same old routine with different wrestlers. That's all, but it's the same story, just with different wrestlers. And that's kind of got annoyed to me, so I don't really watch wrestling like I used to back in the day. But I know Triple H is the manager down there. But again, I'm just not entertained by it anymore, to be quite honest. Now, I still like the wrestlers that I liked back then. And when they show up on WWE, in the new shows, I do watch those shows, because those are wrestlers that I'm a fan. I believe you're not going to get any better than those wrestlers were back in the day. This new era wrestlers, they're okay, but they're not like prime like a lot of wrestlers were back in the day. But anyway, is Triple H racist? I don't think so. I don't know what this video is about, so without me rambling on, I'm going to go ahead and start the video.
First, I thought this was a parody account on Twitter, or maybe some fake post, or just something.
Yeah, is this like a fake post or something. I don't know. This could have came from anybody.
Trying to get some engagement, but
Because I highly doubt that WWE admitted that Triple H was racist. I highly doubt that. He's the commissioner, is he not? So yeah, it's probably just like a fake report. Really, I'm really just probably wasting my time watching this video because I'm sure it's not going to convince me or anybody else. But you never know.
Actually legit. Apparently at a WWE tryout this week, there was an extra heavy focus put on black talent due to criticism that Triple H never focuses on black talent and does.
Wow. Are you serious? There was reportedly a focus put on black male talent and bodybuilders at this week's WWE tryouts due to the criticism that Triple H doesn't push black male talent. Are you serious? That is stupid. That is so dumb. First off, Kofi Kingston, right? I like him as a wrestler. He won the title, right? The WWE title. You got Kofi Kingston, Big Lee, Xavier. Wow, it's only 3, but listen, Triple H, he does what is good for business, or what he thinks is good for business. If the people don't want you, they don't want you. Everybody on Twitter, was putting down, well, I know it's X, but on X, everybody was putting down hashtag we want Cody. So Cody won the championship because that's what people wanted over Roman Reigns. And so for this to come out is just like, wow, yeah, The Rock, he's black. Rikishi, I don't know if any of your older people might remember who Rikishi is, but he was very popular. The Godfather, he was very popular. I'm trying to think of other black wrestlers that they were out there. But there's been a lot, and they've all elevated. And so to say that there's criticism that Triple H doesn't push black male talent. And there's also women black wrestlers as well. I can't remember her name, but she was the women's WWE champion for a very long time. But I can't remember her name. But to me, this just screams somebody who either hates wrestling or, I don't know, just has nothing else to do. I don't even know where this comment's from. Wessel Ops. Yeah, there was repeatedly a focus put on black male talent. I don't know. Could this report possibly be true that they were putting a focus on black male talent? Maybe they want, I don't know. The majority of wrestlers are white, but that's just because the majority of wrestlers are white. Look at Rey Mysterio, right? Rey Mysterio I like Rey Mysterio. 619, Booka. Yeah, it's just like what the fans want. Triple H tries, at least he tries to deliver that storyline for those characters for what the people want. Just like he did with Kofi Kingston. I remember when Kofi Kingston was starting to rise up and everybody started chanting his name every single show. So they elevated him. He won the championship. Granted, he didn't hold it for that long, but that's just business. Okay, you got to remember, WWE is a business. It's not real wrestling. I'm sorry to say that. It's not real drama. It's not real storylines. Okay, and it broke my heart to find that out when I was younger, too, as I was growing up. What do you mean wrestling's not real? Now, they do have real injuries sometimes, right? Because they are putting their bodies on the line. So, in that sense, they do got to take the moves. But as far as like storyline and who wins the match, that's all scripted. So sometimes you got to do what's best for business. Maybe they were just looking for more black athletes. You know what I mean? Does that ring a bell if you're just looking for black male athletes more than white male athletes? I don't think so. I don't think I don't think it should. So I wouldn't even take this report right here seriously whatsoever.
Doesn't really utilize them on the main roster in WWE. And if you look at this report and you look at the criticisms, if the criticisms were fake, then Triple H would not change anything.
Wait, if they were fake, then he wouldn't change anything. Is he changing anything now? I don't think he's changing anything now. Granted, I haven't been watching like as faithfully as I used to back in the day. I only really watch. I mean, I watched when The Rock came back. I was excited for that, even though he did turn heel. I didn't like that. But I don't know what he means by changing anything.
But the fact that he's actively fighting his old racism, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is at this point. The fact that he's fighting his racial tendencies.
How is he fighting his racial tendencies?
New racial tendencies shows you that there was clearly a problem all along. Like I said before, and
I don't know. I think this guy's just talking out the side of his neck.
Say it again. If your boy C-Jax tells you that grass is going to turn to cheese, go find some crackers because your boy is not lying, okay? Triple Fraud, at the end of the day, has a clear issue when it comes to booking black talent. And the only way...
Why does he have an issue of booking black talent? He has an issue of booking black talent. I don't know. Maybe if more black athlete wrestlers actually tried out, they would probably get it if they were good. When you try out for being a wrestler, you're either good or you're not good. And by the way, it's just not all majority wrestling as well. You also gotta be able to talk back and forth, right? Even though the majority of it is scripted. So really, you just gotta be quote unquote an actor. But if black athletes want to become wrestlers, they have to try out first. Then you try out, and then you're good, you're either you're not good, and the good ones will get in, the bad ones will not get in, regardless of your skin color. So I don't know what this guy is actually talking about. I really don't.
He can come
Sounds
back
like he's just making things up as he goes along. Anyway.
at this is by now overly booking and finding black talent. You're basically fighting your old racial tendencies by now being racially biased towards newer talent. Because now that he's overly focusing on black talent at this tryout, what about the other talents? What about the white talents? What about the Latino talents? What about the Asian talents?
So he's believing in the report that Triple H is really looking for black athletes because he's trying to prove that he's not a racist, I guess. Listen, you use the talent that you got already. He's already got a lot of talent. Is he just looking for black wrestlers to shut people up about him being a racist, supposedly? Maybe. But I see what what this guy is saying. Saying like, well, instead of just like, focusing on getting black athletes so people won't think you're a racist, focus on the talent you already have, right? And using them. And he does have a point there, sort of. Because, you can always bring in new talent. And it's just not because I'm looking for black athletes. Triple H is probably looking just for athletes. And then people are claiming that he's just looking for black athletes. And they do use their talent because they have a show every Monday and every Friday. Still, SmackDown back in my day used to be on every Thursday. But now it's every Friday, I believe. But yeah, I think he's just looking for talent. I mean, this is just people making noise, making claims, and then people take it and run with it. This guy talking, he's taking things too seriously. It's just reports. And I don't feel like Triple H is not a racist.
You know what I'm saying? What about talents that are what's it called that are not from America? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? You get what I'm saying? And he's trying to combat old stupid stuff that he was doing with new stupid stuff. You should not be biased towards one specific race over any other race. What you should do is book a fair and balanced show and stop booking like a moron who sounds like Triple K. That's what he should be doing. But
okay, yeah. So it sounds like Triple H. Listen, I'm not gonna watch this entire video. It's a long video, and I mean, he's not clearly racist.
Fortunately,
I don't know about what he's screaming about how the shows ain't good anymore, but I mean, I don't watch them unless somebody from old school shows up. You know what I mean?
Reports that come out like this, and you're not even surprised. You're not even shocked. Who's actually shocked reading this report? Be honest with yourself. Who's actually shocked reading this garbage? And it is important to note that a lot of this stuff just stems from ego. You know what I'm saying? We see even non-black wrestlers, you know what I'm saying, like a Drew McIntyre, who's just now finally getting his chance to be WWE.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre, he's been there for a while. And, you know, I feel like I guess that's not necessarily true. I was going to say, like, the longer you've been there, the more you should actually be WWE champion. But, I mean, I guess you can have new people who are WWE champions, too. How about just bring a rookie on, and then he wins the WWE championship? Right, this rookie. And then he has, like, I think I could be a good creator for WWE shows, because that's what I would do. I would bring an amateur wrestler on, a rookie, and have him face the WWE championship and have him beat the WWE champion in a fair match, and then just develop him from there, bro. It would be, people would root for him because people love a rookie, right? People love a rookie.
WWE champion. And
people
even
love the underdog, is what I'm saying.
Triple H can't even take a picture with him like he does with the other new champions, like he does, you know what I'm saying, when someone wins a new championship belt. He usually takes a pic with them. But with Drew McIntyre, there's just been nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? So his ego is probably hurt that Cody and Drew called the audible for Drew to actually win the belt, and now he's probably upset about that. Also, you have a situation where you have, what's called LA Knight, of course.
Yeah, LA Knight's been there too for a while, but I don't know if you want. See, I don't know a lot about these characters. I only know their names. But other than that, I don't really know. I know CM Punk is there, and CM Punk is another wrestler that I like, only because he's like the guy that will fight against the system. So I do like CM Punk's character, you know, wrestler, so to speak. But he's getting old up there, so he's getting ready, close to retire here soon.
LA Knight should have been booked in a favorable position, but he isn't because of Triple H's ego getting in the way and not listening to the fans. So the fact that him and management are listening...
Okay, well, I differ. Triple H has been listening to the fans, especially when everybody wanted Cody Rhodes. Everybody wanted Cody Rhodes. Triple H gave them Cody Rhodes. Everybody wanted Kofi Kingston. Everybody got Kofi Kingston. So I feel like Triple H does listen to the fans. Maybe not all the time, but sometimes he does. And those are two instances, and other instances as well, that he has listened to the fans, especially when they're sitting there chanting for what they want. You know, he listens. So this guy's opinion on that matter is invalid.
Now, you know what I'm saying, to fan complaints and criticism, you know what I'm saying, unless the criticism was coming from in-house, you know what I'm saying, within the company.
R-Truth is another good wrestler as well. Like, I really do like R-Truth. What's up?
But that'd be pretty interesting as well. I'm not sure about that, but, you know, that's also a possibility. But because they're finally listening to the criticism, that's how you know they're admitting it's legit.
Alright, well, I'm going to end the video there, guys. I don't think this guy is actually saying anything worth listening to be quite honest.
What if you can create your own website by
So I think I'm gonna end the video there. Is Triple H racist? No, he's not. That'll do it for me, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.